Welcome, my friends, to the Chef Lance Show, and today we are making this luscious Baba Ganoush. This is a great dip for your football party, your Christmas party, or other holiday party. Terrific, easy to make. All you got to do is roast a few eggplant, mix some stuff together, got your pita chips. We're going to do this, and let's cook this thing. All right, kids, here we go. We're going to make some Baba Ganoush. I love that stuff. Oh my gosh! Someone gifted me these little eggplants. I don't know what these are called. I'm used to the globe ones we have here in the United States. Occasionally, I see a Japanese eggplant, but I don't know what this is called. So, if you know, help me out, teach me a little bit, and just post it down in the comments. All right. So what I've got here is I'm just going to trim off the top, and then I'm just going to cut it in half. I've got a whole bunch over here. By the way, these were probably about 3 days away from being gone. So I was gifted these to do something with, and here we are making some Baba Ganoush. So cut it in half. We'll sprinkle a little salt on it. And then I've got them sitting here upside down, flesh side down in this strainer with a bowl. And I'm going to let them hang out for 30 minutes or so, maybe longer. And what that salt's going to do is pull out the moisture. We want that gone before we put them in the oven and roast them. Over here on the side, I've got a pan with parchment, and I did spray it, so just for a little added safety. So I'm going to let that hang out for a minute, and when we come back, we're going to be roasting these things. Okay, guys, I just pulled these from the fridge, and I took them out of the colander where they were draining, and I put them on this sheet pan. I do have parchment paper, but just for grins and giggles and a little extra protection, I sprayed with cooking spray on top of the parchment. We'll pop it into a preheated oven, 425 degrees, and I'm going to leave it in there about 40 minutes. When those are done, I'll bring you back for the next step. All right, we're out of the oven, and these things are piping hot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lift these up and put them in a strainer. What I'm trying to do here is I'm going to try to I am going to get the water to release from this. So we don't want a wet, soggy. Remember, we salted these things and let some water come out. Now more water comes out when it cooks. So we're just going to collect as much water as I can. And then we're going to, these will be allowed to cool until I can handle the skins to remove those. So they'll probably hang out here for another 30 minutes or so. I promise you, the end result to all this, if you've never had Baba Ganoush, oh my goodness, it's so good. And it's perfect for your next football party. Absolutely is. Or any kind of party for that matter. So I'll get this taken care of, and when they cool off, I'll bring you back and we'll do the final mixing. See you around the corner. All right, kids, we are ready to go. I've got these, they're cooled off. This particular eggplant, I don't know the name of it. If you know the name of this eggplant, please put that in the comments below. I'm going to take the skin off of that. Oh, I forgot my compost bowl. Now these are sticking on a little bit more than I expected. Oops. So I'm going to just get them out as best I can. It looks like turn them inside out. I'm wearing gloves, not because I'm afraid of it. Just makes cleaning my hands easier. So I'm going to go through this, and I'm not going to keep you here for the whole time, but I'm going to go through this. Take the eggplant, take the skin off the eggplant. We're going to compost those skins, and then when we come back, we're going to mix up this Baba Ganoush, and we're going to eat that thing. See you around the corner. All right, guys, I've got the skins off of the eggplant now, and I just have to be honest, this particular type of eggplant did not yield as much as I expected. So I've got all my other ingredients pre-measured, but I will certainly have to do a little chef rework and do an adjustment according to taste. All I'm doing now is I'm just using my mixing, mash and chop little tool to kind of break up the larger pieces. I like mine a little chunky, honestly. So I'm not going to make puree out of this or anything, but you certainly could. If you wanted to put this in a blender or a food processor, by all means do that. it can be done that way. I like a little bit more chunk. So there we go on that. I'm going to switch now to a little silicone spatula. By the way, I think the reason I didn't yield as much is there's more skin to pulp ratio in these smaller ones than they are the larger ones. So that's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. So now I'm going to start working on adding the other stuff. An optional ingredient, but I like to include it, is a little Greek-style yogurt. Okay, so I've got this right here. And again, I'm not going to add all of this because I'm just going to, basically get it to a good start on it. Then I'll start tasting, and I'll add more stuff as needed. Now I'm going to get some tahini. Love me some tahini. I really do. Basically, it is like peanut butter, but made out of sesame seeds. Got some garlic here. I'm going to add all the garlic. I don't care what you say. Got some red pepper flakes. I'm going to go easy on those until I taste and see how well they do. Then I've got this Mediterranean spice that is so delicious. I only discovered it a couple years ago. It's called sumac. So I'm not putting all of that in. But listen, you can handle a lot of sumac in this dish. Now, this is freshly squeezed lemon juice. And if you don't believe it was freshly squeezed, ask my wife. Then I've got some lemon zest I'm going to use for garnish, but I'm also just going to include some of it for flavor. I don't need all of that for garnish. So there it goes in. Adds a even, it's a lemony flavor, but different than the juice of a lemon. So now I'm just going to mix all this together. I mean, this is really, the most complicated thing about this thing was roasting those, or baking, a roast, whatever you want to call it, baking those eggplants and getting the skin out, or skin off of them. So now I think somewhere I may have some salt there. Yes, here we are. A little salt in there. Oh yes, coming together nicely. Now I'm going to do my first little taste. So anybody wants to scream at me in the comments about, I talk about keeping things out of the landfill and using plastic spoons. Well, these are biodegradable there. So when they go into the landfill, actually the box says that they are attacked by microbes and they disintegrate. I need some more salt. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of that Greek yogurt. It just adds a creaminess to it. A little more tahini. I feel those red pepper flakes now. So I probably won't add more. Okay, a little more sumac. Let's see where we are. If you've never tried Baba Ganoush, think if you like hummus, this is just a hummus style dip that uses eggplant instead of chickpeas. Okay, that's all there is to it. Oh, smells wonderful. Oh my goodness. Yep. Smelling so good. If you had smell-o-vision. All right. I believe that's nailed right there. So, let me get over what I'm going to plate with. Got a dark bowl to contrast with the color of the Baba Ganoush. It looks like this little bit amount is going to be just the right amount for this bowl. So, now I'm just going to kind of work this around. I don't like that cranky noise. Work this around. I'm going to purtify, you know, make it purty. A little Saline County lingo for you there. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to add some Greek extra virgin olive oil on this. Let me do it. There we go. I just want to, you know, drizzle a little bit or a lot. And sometimes things don't go the way they planned. That's all right. We got a little olive oil in there. Now we're going to garnish with the rest of this lemon zest. You know, I love lemon zest, but my fat fingers have a hard time getting this down without making a clump out of it. But it's all pretty. It's all pretty. All right, now I got a little, you remember I toasted these pine nuts in the skillet, so I'm just going to sprinkle those around, add a little bit extra flavor. And you'll give me just a second, I'm going to reach over here in the oven where I've been toasting some pita wedges. Oh, they smell so good. I am going to put a video on my cooking channel pretty soon on how to make pita bread. So now I'm going to put this around. So I'm going to finish doing this. Then we're going to take a couple pictures. And I'm going to taste this bad thing. So I'll meet you guys around the corner. Well, my friend, it is my favorite time of the day, and that is tasting time. We're going to dig into this gorgeous, luscious Baba Ganoush eggplant dip. It's perfect for any party. Sometimes it might just be perfect for a rainy day. So here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mmm. That is so stinking good. That lemon zest really makes it pop, doesn't it?
That's what I was just going to say. Pop.
Pop. She said pop. Guys,
That's nice.
let me tell you. You
That's
can
so
make
cool.
this. It's so quick. The longest time is roasting in the oven. So make this thing for your next party. Just make it for yourself. Just enjoy. Don't let those eggplants go bad in the refrigerator. Make something with them. Thank you for joining me on the Chef Lance Show. And I want you to remember this. A day in the kitchen beats a day of working any day. We'll see you next time.
I'm surprised. I'm impressed.
All right.
All right.
Let's take this home before we eat it all.